Hey everybody, it's Steven and Travis at Crux Chiropractic. We're going to go through an exercise called Crocodile breathing, a great exercise that we give to most of our patients pretty early on in the process. That doesn't mean that you can't continue this exercise. It's a daily activity for me to really focus the mind, to focus my breathing patterns, makes me feel great. So typically, beginning or end of the day, a great way to really kind of calm everything down and get focused. So because we give this early on in exercise or rehab routine for people, oftentimes they're in a bit of pain when they get this exercise. And so we want to show you a really safe way to get down to the ground. So Travis is going to demonstrate here. He's going to go into tall kneeling, step back into a lunge. Perfect. Keeping the chest high, he's going to hinge his hips back. Good. Drop his hands down to the ground. Slowly walk those hands out. Crawl into the proper position. Roll to the side, keeping his spine relatively neutral and safe. Good. Okay, he's going to place his hands underneath his head, kind of diamond position, but it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to give him a couple cues here. The cues are really going to help everything to get aligned in the torso. We tend to sometimes flare through the ribs a little bit. So the first cue is to drop the ribs. Good. Now let the weight of the body and the friction of the ground hold the ribs in that position. Next, you're going to take your pubic bone and let your pubic bone be touching the floor or close to the floor. And so that pubic bone is, when you follow your belly button down, it's right below your belt line, right there. So Travis, go ahead and get that pubic bone to touch the floor. Now the reason this is really important is that we want the diaphragm, or the muscle across here that is your breathing muscle, to be facing down, and we want your pelvic floor to be facing up. When those two face each other, we're in an optimal position. Great. Now we're going to work through, again, crocodile breathing. So Travis is going to take a deep breath into his belly, trying to focus the breath as deep as he can into his stomach. He wants to feel that engagement, that expansion down low. This is a great exercise simply because a lot of times we tend to breathe up into our chest and into our shoulders. This focuses the breath a little bit lower into where it should be. Good, so I'm going to give him a couple different cues on locations. You should try this on your own. If you have a friend to help show you these positions and cue it with their hands, great. If not, just really try to focus those positions. So I'm going to hold my hands here in a C shape, right around his torso. Good, breathing into my fingers. Great. Now up around his lower ribs. Go ahead, breathe into my hand here, Travis. Great breathing pattern. Breathing through his nose if possible. Good. Good. I'm going to hold my hands right in the front of your belly here. Awesome breathing pattern deep into your stomach. Good. Another great way to cue this, especially if you have a friend, but if not, you can use some ankle weights or a heavy book, is you can place a book here on the low back. You can also place a book here on the upper back. And what you want to feel is movement down in this hand in the low back, but no movement here in that upper hand, right? So breathing in deeply, really good. This exercise is called crocodile breathing. If you have any questions, let us know, and good luck.